I'm Julie Bartke with Session Update. On Monday, DFL leaders joined together to announce they had reached an agreement on a minimum wage package that will, once it's passed, pay state workers a minimum of $9.50 an hour to be phased in over a 3-year period. There is also an inflationary index that is a part of that agreement.
Today, we do have an agreement on a strong minimum wage at $9.50 an hour, which is a victory for Minnesotans. I want to specifically thank Representative Winkler and Senator Eaton, the chief authors of the minimum wage increase, and all the representatives and senators who worked so hard on this legislation. I want to thank the Minimum Wage Coalition and most of all the thousands of Minnesotans who have spent time here at the Capitol or contacting legislators talking about this issue and making sure that that voice of making sure that Minnesotans who are working hard every day can earn a living that they can raise a family on. And that's really what this bill is about.
The final deal does go to $9.50 over a 3-year period rather than 2, which is what I think people had been anticipating. It has a provision in it that allows the Commissioner of Labor and Industry to suspend a potential increase in the event of an economic downturn. And there are a number of criteria that the Commissioner will look at when they make a decision about whether to potentially suspend the increase. Things like GDP growth, consumer confidence index, unemployment rate, all are things that the Commissioner will consider when making a decision whether a suspension of the inflation index is in order. And I think we've got a pretty strong provision for small employers largely located on main streets across rural Minnesota. We've got a phase in there up to $7.75 an hour over the 3-year period.
This is an agreement focusing on the bottom line of the working poor in Minnesota. And it's largely an agreement that'll benefit women in the state. So it's fitting that the women legislators here are largely responsible for its content.
It's a basic Minnesota value that hard work is what it should take to support yourself and to improve your life. By raising the minimum wage, we begin to make Minnesota's economy better reflect that core value that work matters and that all Minnesotans deserve the dignity of supporting themselves through work. The minimum wage bill will not solve these issues in their entirety. There are so many more things that need to happen in order to make this state work for all people. But this is a good start, and by indexing it to inflation, by having it be a strong wage rate to begin with, we are allowing workers to take the pressure off of raising the wage and focus on all of the other things that are going to improve their lives. So I think this is a great foundation for an improving economy. It'll put $400 million of consumer spending into the economy. It'll raise wages for 360,000 Minnesota workers. And we have enough of a phase-in and a number of other provisions included in this bill so that it will be easier for the business community to absorb this change.
I would want to make sure that we don't have a minimum wage that makes it very difficult for our small businessmen and women to hire people. You know, my son got a job at a golf course working outside on his 16th birthday. I like that. I wasn't concerned about what he earned. I wanted him to develop a work ethic, to understand the value of showing up on time, treating people well, and earning a paycheck. And that's what the minimum wage is supposed to be for. And to the degree that we cause less of that, I think it's harmful to our economy and harmful to our social fabric.
I'm a middle class dad. Kim and I are smack dab in the middle class. Public school teacher. We see what's happening to the middle class here. We're the ones being affected. Higher rates for Minnesotans and their insurance programs, and now a minimum wage increase that's going to cost college kids who are just out of college or still in college their job. If you talk to restaurant owners, and I'm sure Representative McElroy will talk about this, the people that they're claiming to help are the people that are going to lose their jobs. The experienced waiters and waitresses who've been there longer will keep their jobs. The people wanting to get started in this business will not. They won't get hired now because of this minimum wage increase.
The minimum wage package will be on the Senate floor on Wednesday. And you can follow it by following us at senate.mn/media or our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter accounts.